Police say that a man who stole an attorney's truck with 2 guns inside should be considered dangerous based on the history they've had with him.
Police say a woman was shoplifting with her 3 young children right beside her. Why police need your help identifying her.
Police say foul play is suspected in the death of a Kentucky pastor and his wife.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening and thanks for watching WKYT. Just one day after getting out of jail, police in southern Kentucky are now searching for a man they say is armed and dangerous.
Corbin police say Johnny Mullis was released from jail on Monday. He was in court yesterday for a hearing, and while leaving the courthouse, police say he stole an attorney's truck. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more on what happened and why police are so concerned about him. It's our top story at 5:30.
Williamsburg's police chief does not mince words when talking about 30-year-old Johnny Edward Mullis.
I think he's a menace to society.
Just a day after being released from jail, police say he's a wanted man again. During a court appearance Tuesday, he left the district courtroom in Corbin, where police say he found a crime of opportunity, with the victim being an attorney.
Yes, he was here for court and instead of staying for his court, he couldn't stand it. He had to come out and steal the truck.
Corbin police say that Mullis was able to easily get into the truck, where he found keys still in the ignition and 2 pistols in the cab of the truck as well. In fact, Williamsburg police say stealing cars and having guns while doing drugs has become Mullis's M.O.
You know, and in the last 4, 5, 6 months, you know, he's been stopped in numerous stolen vehicles. Every single time he's had loaded firearms on him.
A check of his criminal past shows at least 3 major arrests since January of this year. Various charges of theft, robbery, drugs, and resisting arrest.
I'm concerned that it may end badly. You know, either he's going to get hurt, some innocent person's going to get hurt, or a law enforcement officer is going to get hurt.
Police say Mullis has a bad drug habit, and it's showing in his actions. In Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Mullis was last seen driving a pickup truck with John Deere tags, but police believe he has probably already ditched the truck for another vehicle.
A shelter-in-place order has been lifted in northern Kentucky following a train derailment this morning. Dozens of cars came off the track around 11 this morning in Falmouth in Pendleton County. There was concern about chemicals in some of the train cars, but officials now say there was no hazmat situation. We will have a full report from Falmouth coming up on WKYT News at 6.
Well, the steamy and stormy weather continues tonight, bringing with it the possibility of some scattered thunderstorms across the region.
And we'll see those storm chances increase in the coming days. Here with more on the forecast is WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Yeah, we got the steam area-wide and a few folks dealing with kind of a double dose. You get the steam and the storms thrown in there for good measure. Let's see what it feels like out there. And it's a big old wow. Feels like 96 right now into Lexington, into Mount Sterling, into the Louisville area. That 100 in Frankfort, that's questionable in my book. 78 though Jackson right now. Why? Because it is raining into southeastern Kentucky. The actual temperatures, by the way, are mainly in the 80s, except it's 77 Jackson, where we are dealing with some scattered showers and some thunderstorms zipping through southern Kentucky. What has been out there from London down to Lillian toward Corbin and south of Williamsburg, small in stature right now, and dealing with a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms east of Jackson there into Breathitt County. That's why that thermometer dropped so quickly, and a few raindrops on top of Owingsville. Thunderstorms around Fleming County now beginning to weaken as they head toward the northeast into central Kentucky. A couple of raindrops to the north of Cynthiana. Fine folks there into Harrison County dealing with some of those isolated showers. Into the Lexington Bluegrass region, not a whole lot, but this spin that is down across the deep south is going to be a very slow mover, and it's going to throw a ton of juice into the Bluegrass state. And straight ahead, we'll show you what that means for not only the upcoming weekend forecast, but it may stick around right on through the 7-day. We'll show it to you in a few.
Police in Georgetown are searching for a woman accused of going on a shoplifting spree and bringing her children along with her.
Police say the woman uses her stroller to stash items. Now they're asking for the public's help figuring out who she is. Caitlin Sentner is tracking the investigation.
It makes you kind of scratch your head. I mean, why would you do that to begin with? But why would you also involve your children in that as well? So it's very frustrating.
Police scratching their heads after they say a woman shoplifted from Kohl's with her children right alongside her twice.
There have been incidents where people have brought their children in and will do things like that. We've even had incidents where people would they would conceal items in car seats and strollers and then pushed it out of the store, or put the items under the child.
In this case, police believe a woman went into Kohl's days apart and took a bunch of items, including a Disney Frozen tiara and girls' clothing.
We're looking at a felony amount between both incidents.
Both times, police say the woman was in a dressing room for about an hour's time, so she wasn't in and out of the store.
In fact, they say she was there for about 2 hours each time, and one of those times she missed loss prevention by about 3 minutes.
Kohl's has an excellent surveillance system inside their store.
So police fully think they'll be able to track their suspect down.
Almost all of the robberies that we've solved recently, we've been able to put together from good surveillance footage or good still images. It is a great help. It's an excellent tool for the business, but it's a greater tool for us. And
police are asking for the public's help in identifying the woman.
we'll have to talk to her to find out what's going on.
In Georgetown, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
Also in Georgetown, police are looking for someone who stole from the self-storage on Oxford Drive. Police released this surveillance photo of the suspect, who appears to be wearing a baseball cap and a red bandana over his face. Police say he got out of a silver Dodge Caravan on the passenger side. If you have any information, you're asked to call Georgetown Police.
Police say foul play is suspected in the death of a Western Kentucky pastor and his wife. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Butler County. State police say a family member called them yesterday afternoon after finding the bodies of 70-year-old Dorothy Neefus and her husband, 71-year-old Kenneth Neefus. Neighbors tell a local newspaper that Kenneth Neefus was the pastor at Little Muddy Cumberland Presbyterian Church in Morgantown. In Laurel County, police are looking for 2 people who are using a stolen credit card. London police say a man and a woman stole a wallet from a pickup at Powerhouse Gym Saturday. Police shared these photos after they used the card at the London Walmart. If you know either of these people, you are asked to contact the London Police Department. In Wayne County, deputies arrested 3 people on drug charges after a traffic stop. Police found more than $4,000 in cash and $15,000 worth of drugs in a car driven by Corey Rudolph, also known as Big C, of Alpharetta, Georgia. Rudolph was arrested after a short foot chase. Beverly Reesner of Strunk and Tommy Spencer of Monticello were also arrested.
If a job advertised online sounds too good to be true, it might be a scam. Sam Dick explains the warning signs and how online technology may help you avoid being the next victim.
I got an email telling me that they're looking for a shipping agent and to work from home.
Ivan had posted his resume on an online job site, so he assumed that was how this company got his name.
All I had to do was receive the package to my address and reship it to wherever they told me.
He would be paid $2,500 a month, but before he accepted the job, he decided to check out the company online.
They have a website and everything, address, and you have, like a list of customers, and everything is really well organized.
Ivan took the job.
They would send me an email telling me that the package is coming and that I needed to ship it out as fast as I can. That's all I noticed, that they wanted to fast, Oh, it's got to go out like today.
After a month, Ivan was expecting his first paycheck. When he called, he was given an excuse about technical problems. The second time he called, no one answered the phone.
You're looking for a job and, you don't have that much money, and what little money you have, it gets taken away. Then I'll be mad.
He knew it was all a scam.
The merchandise, a lot of times we find it was purchased through stolen credit cards or compromised accounts.
Con men send these fraudulent goods to reshippers to create an added layer between them and the goods.
The problem is the reshipper's unwitting, doesn't know anything about the scheme. All they know is they're getting the merchandise sent to their house.
Ivan says he learned his lesson and knows how to use technology to help research any potential new employers.
You can check on your GPS on the internet, the maps, then you'll know if it's a legitimate business or not. There has to be some action there. If it's not, maybe it's a Chinese restaurant, or maybe it's a laundromat.
Well, postal inspectors say they can't emphasize enough the importance of protecting your personal information. Just in case, always check your credit report. All consumers are entitled to a free yearly report.
A man accidentally runs over his own daughter while trying to chase a burglar. We'll show you the surveillance footage in about 6 minutes.
I'm Bill Bryant. Kentucky's 2 U.S. Senate candidates spend the day in the bluegrass. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump both do some damage control and court votes, and one city may regulate yard sales. The bottom line is ahead.
A Central Kentucky police officer is being threatened for doing his job. That story is ahead on WKYT News at 6.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Kentucky's U.S. Senate candidates were out on the campaign trail today.
And in the presidential race, Donald Trump is going after the media, while Hillary Clinton is going after undecided voters. Bill Bryant has the details in the bottom line.
Good evening. Both of Kentucky's U.S. Senate candidates were in the bluegrass region today. Republican incumbent Rand Paul is seeking a second term. He held meetings at the hospital in Georgetown before answering questions from voters. Paul's re-election effort has included lots of town hall meetings, which were made popular during his first statewide campaign in 2010 at the heart of the Tea Party movement. Meanwhile, Lexington Mayor Jim Gray was also in his home area today. He rode a school bus this morning as classes got started for the brand new year. Gray's office tweeted this picture of him reading to some kids on a bus. Gray's campaign also is trying to get a commitment from Paul to take part in face-to-face debates this fall. UK and the League of Women Voters have scheduled one debate to be televised by WKYT and WLKY in Louisville from the Singletary Center. Donald Trump says the media is getting it wrong and his comments are being misconstrued. Trump says that he never advocated violence when he suggested that Second Amendment supporters could do something if Hillary Clinton is elected president and stacks the Supreme Court with anti-gun justices. He says he meant gun rights advocates could use their voting power. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton's campaign is now openly working to win over Republicans and independents. They've launched an effort being called Together for America, which is designed to take advantage of close to 50 endorsements by high-profile Republicans and independents to try to get voters to cross over in the November election. It comes as the Clinton camp is again fending off charges that lines were blurred between the Clinton Foundation and the State Department during her time as Secretary of State. Richmond city leaders are taking aim at perpetual or ongoing yard sales. The Richmond Register reports commissioners heard first reading of an ordinance last night that would limit yard sales to a 48-hour period, and residents could only have one yard sale a month. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
A Greenup County man caught someone stealing from his garage last Friday, but when he got in his car to chase the man, he accidentally ran over his daughter, and it was all caught on camera. Luckily, the girl was not seriously injured. Daniel Maynard immediately stopped his pursuit to take care of his daughter. Deputies put the surveillance video on Facebook, and within hours, a suspect was in custody.
Let's see, wave of the future. Like I said, without this, we would not have the suspect in custody, especially this quickly.
William McGinnis has been charged with first-degree burglary.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Steam and some storms showing up across central and eastern Kentucky. I know what else is new there, right? We look outside at our live sky cams. Focus on the Jackson one, where it is raining. I see a little blue sky in the background. I see some fog as well, and 75 degrees. Outside of the rain, a lot of upper 80s, even a 90 showing up into Frankfort with a tropical sky. It feels a lot hotter than it actually is. Thank you, humidity. We go to your Defender Radar Network and seeing some isolated stuff here across southern Kentucky. Corbin to London. There's the shower right on top of Jackson. Lifting to the north. That'll impact the Mountain Parkway, rolling out of Salyersville toward Campton over the next 15-20 minutes or so. North of 64 from Mount Olivet, Robertson County into northern parts of Bath County. And over toward Vanceburg, seeing some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Lexington Bluegrass region, you know what? So far, we're kind of setting this one out. I don't think too many folks will complain about that, although anyone this evening is still fair game for a shower or thunderstorm to go up, especially as we continue to see this pipeline of moisture setting up from the Ohio Valley into the Gulf of Mexico. Look at our spin that is down here. That is kind of a semi-tropical system. It's over land, so we're not really worried about development there, but it has a pipeline of moisture coming straight out of the Gulf, and that's going to continue to lift to the north across the Ohio Valley. 3-day threat track showing The threat for some thunderstorms and some heavy downpours tomorrow, then again on Friday and Saturday when we start to see the action becoming a little more widespread during that time. Hour by hour forecast this evening. Scattered stuff, although anyone is fair game again for a shower thunderstorm to go up. Let's do it all over again tomorrow, shall we? 85 to 90. It will feel hotter than that unless you get in on a shower thunderstorm. Then it's just a steam bath. Through tomorrow evening, same old, same old. We go into the day on Friday. Crank it up again into the afternoon and evening with some scattered showers and some thunderstorms. That particular run probably underdoing the action Friday afternoon. Better chances, though, as we get deeper into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, as that southwest to northeast flow begins to settle on into town. So over the next several days, any storm that goes up can put down enough water on a small scale to create some local high water issues. Now, later this weekend, early next week, that flood threat is going to really begin to ramp up even more so. So over the next few days, we're kind of stuck in this pattern to where you get some steam, some sun, some thunderstorms out there. This weekend and early next week will be the prime time to get in on waves of heavy rain producing thunderstorms that are much more widespread across the region. There's a good shot that we don't drop below 70 for the next 5 or 6 days. That is the tropical air mass that we're dealing with.
How about that? It seems like the weekend has been what we've seen here lately. It just kind of dumps on us on the weekend sometimes.
And that's a possibility late Saturday into Sunday especially.
All right, we'll be watching it. Chris, thank you.
You bet.
Live look at Lexington rush hour traffic. Couple of collisions working right there. There's one at Manowar and Pink Pigeon that police are still working. That has the right lane blocked. And also they're in the process of cleaning that earlier crash they're dealing with at Tates Creek and Kirk Levington. Drive times this afternoon impacted to Nicholasville. Really not too many problems to deal with there. About 15 minutes to Versailles, 12, and to Frankfort, 32 minutes. Now back to you in the studio.
Brian, Kentucky State football can't wait to start the season.
Yeah, John L. Smith has lit a raging fire of optimism and excitement in the state capitol and UK football. Talking to the media today about controlling certain situations. DJ Elliott explains next in sports. The football Wildcats put the pads on twice today. They had a morning practice, and they will be going at it again soon. Today, defensive coordinator DJ Elliott was asked about goals for the younger guys who got playing time last season. What does he want to see from them this year? Elliott said they should start by controlling what they can control.
You can't always control if a certain player wins a one-on-one. You know, that's got to make sure that, you know, that comes with fundamentals, that comes with sometimes just that guy making a play because he's on scholarship too, okay? But what you can control is you can control alignment, assignment, and effort every single play. And so from the young guys last year, I want to make sure that anytime they were in a position that they weren't successful on something that they can control, that doesn't happen this year.
The John L. Smith era at Kentucky State will begin September 3rd at Charleston Southern. It was media day at the state capitol. John L. was named the new coach of the Thoroughbreds last December, and he brings a new energy to the new look green and gold. He knows the task in front of the Breds, and he's ready just to get it done.
I just see such a big upside of what we have here, our capabilities here, that we haven't scratched the surface. You know, we've got to get out and sell ourselves. We've got to put a good product on the field, but we have to sell ourselves to you. We have to sell ourselves to the community. We have to sell ourselves to the state. And we can do that here.
I feel like we can really make a run for the SIAC title because we might not have, you know, certain pieces here and there, but I feel like we have enough playmakers on the field at one time at all moments to be able to compete at the highest level.
Tragedy today within the sports media fraternity with the sudden death of longtime ESPN sports anchor John Saunders. No cause of death has been announced right now. Saunders joined ESPN in 1986 and was a founding member of the board of directors for the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Saunders just 61 years old. That's sports. We'll be right back.